he was copying from
right.
such
as if he
people.
had access to like the Greek manuscripts
Yeah.
or something like that. Well, first of all, that's not really possible for him to have access to the Greek manuscripts and for him to actually be studying philosophy. Because if you look at his life, you'll realize that there's no way, given his circumstances, that he would have access to that. That's one thing. The second thing is, if you actually look at the books of Aristotle, you look at the things that they've written, Hippocrates on medicine and all of that, the amount of mistakes that they've actually made in their descriptions are numerous. And you don't find these type of mistakes in the Quran. So that's one thing. Second thing is, they did not describe in detail the way that the Quran is describing in detail the number of days and how the fetus actually goes through several stages. None of these things have been described in any form of detail. So to make the claim is actually, it's very flimsy. And people try and bring a bunch of names and all that. They're like, oh, well, this person knew that, and Aristotle knew that, and this guy knew that before. But they can't provide solid evidence showing that this is exactly what it was like. So they just quote a bunch of names and they're like, yeah, they kind of had an understanding of embryology. They kind of had a deeper understanding of science. Well, yeah, maybe Aristotle was more knowledgeable and had a better understanding of science than some of the medieval European, philosophers or medical practitioners during the Catholic Church times. Yeah, that may have been the case, but it's not the case that they got all these theories or all these things that are being talked about in the Quran. So there's a world of difference. People need to bring their proof, and that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Hatu burhanakum in kuntum sadiqin. And that's what I like to use. Just bring your proof if you're truthful. And whenever you ask them to bring their proof, it's kind of like a roundabout, kind of ditching. Okay, let me give you another example, and they try to change the topic on you. And that's the thing. You just got to call people out when they're making claims. They got to bring their proof, and it's very important that they bring something solid before we should even listen to the rest of what they have to say.